Hey guys, I'm Anthea.
And I'm Ryan, and we're from Catalina's Hideaway. We're always being asked about diving in Santa Catalina and Coiba National Park.
Today, this video, we're going to explain to you what to expect, how to do it right, and the process of going on a scuba dive adventure in Santa Catalina, and why it's an experience you do not want to miss. The reason why Santa Catalina is such a spectacular place for snorkeling and scuba diving especially is because it is the access point to Coiba National Park, which is a protected marine reserve spanning 431,000 acres across 38 islands. It's declared a UNESCO heritage site, and it is full of marine biodiversity. So in actual fact, it's connected by an underwater mountain called the Cordillera Mountain that's connected to the Galapagos Islands and also the Cocos Islands. So the same marine biodiversity that flows through those islands also passes through Coiba National Park. So for example, in February, March, we typically see the whale sharks passing through. From the whale shark season, we roll into hammerhead shark season, which is absolutely amazing. And then as we get later into the summer months, or at least North American summer months, so August through November, we get the humpback whales here. So there's always some kind of seasonality of marine life, and we get big marine life. It's pretty awesome.
And to add to that, that's the humpbacks coming through with their babies and teaching them how to swim, which is pretty incredible. I think what made it so amazing, and it's a pretty cool story, is that Coiba was the main jail, the main penitentiary here in Panama from around 1918 till 2004. And with that, it shows that if you remove humans, obviously it was patrolled, so no fishing, no boats, no one could come close because it was a jail. So with that, the nature, the animals, the fish just grew in abundance and went wild. And then in 2005, was it? It was declared a UNESCO heritage site. And today it's still protected and incredible.
Yeah, and actually they're working to expand that protected area. So hopefully it continues to expand.
Yeah.
And we can all enjoy checking out this beautiful marine life.
You need to see it.
Do you remember what was so special about our first day?
Of course I do. Our very first dive, we got to see, and this is bucket list and kind of going forward now, we don't see this as often, but we got to see whale sharks and giant mantis.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that when I went, I was a little bit nervous before thinking about diving and getting into it, but it was such an incredible experience, and there's so many perfect safety measures, and our instructor, who became a good friend, Cedric at the time, took such great care of us.
Yeah.
And I fell in love. I was like instantly hooked on it, and that's why we go so often.
Yeah, the dive masters here are really high quality. The dive centers are amazing, and they all have really great equipment as well, so you don't even really have to travel with your own equipment as a diver. A lot of people prefer to do that, but it's really not necessary here. We have amazing centers. So waking up at Catalina's Hideaway, first, catch the sunrise. It rises here at 6:30. Second, you're gonna make sure that you have your to-go breakfast. We usually take to-go breakfast orders the night before you depart for a dive day. That way you have some food on the way. Typically, divers are leaving here around 7 a.m. at the latest, maybe even a little bit earlier to get to the dive shop so you're getting sized up and ready to go. The boats typically leave town around 8 a.m.
The boat ride is about an hour to an hour and a half, depending where you're going. It is the ocean, so if it's super calm, you're flying. If it's a bit choppier, they're gonna go a little bit slower. On the way, you're going along this beautiful, dramatic coastline with jungle and rock, and it's completely undeveloped. So it's super cool. And on the way, if you're lucky, and I don't want to jinx it for you guys, we almost always see huge pods of dolphins running with the boats. If it's whale season, you're gonna see the whales breaching or the babies coming up and flapping their fins.
Usually the moms are teaching the babies how to survive before they cross the Pacific. So it's like mom and baby breaching together. It's super awesome.
And Anthea loves the flying fish.
I do. Flying fish are really cool. And also sometimes we get eagle rays flapping around out there. And so lots of cool stuff to see on the way to Coiba before you start your dive. So even though Coiba National Park is pretty far, It really is a place that has like crystal clear waters, white sand beaches. There can be currents depending on the time of year, but like I mentioned before, the dive centers here, particularly Panama Dive Center, where we go out with a lot, they have really experienced dive masters that have been doing this for years and are very familiar with Coiba National Park and all the intricacies that come with it. That is also the dive shop that we personally did our PADI open water certificates. It's very common for people to do their open waters here. We're actually getting our 10-year-old certified this year, and he will do it with them. So to answer the question of whether people should be concerned or is it difficult, I think we have really amazing shops, and Coiba in general is a pretty safe space. Even though it can be a little advanced at times, you're in good hands while you're here. If you're a complete beginner and you've actually never tried diving at all, there is an option called a discovery dive. And that's when somebody with no experience at all goes out with a dive master and they take you underwater with the dive stuff, you're breathing. You kind of get to experience what it's like without actually doing the full certificate. And then you can proceed with getting the certificate if you want.
Yeah, and we've had lots of friends do that because we're divers and they come out and they maybe only had a couple days. So they will do that and they'll kind of join the dive with us. So it's a fun thing to do if you just want to try it out.
Yeah. So something cool that we also offer at the Hideaway is we actually offer scuba dive retreats where our entire hotel will be rented by scuba divers, and we're taking them out every day to the dive shops. Something you don't have to worry about as a diver here is Panama Dive Center in particular has really great equipment. They have dive computers and they have all the stuff you need. So you don't necessarily need to bring your own gear unless you're super attached to it. Ryan, if you're going scuba diving, what are you gonna bring?
And what not to bring?
What not to bring?
I can tell you, make sure you go to the bathroom before you leave. And don't bring that on the boat.
What do you want to bring?
What do I want to bring? A positive attitude, always. Sunscreen, of course, a hat. Usually the dive center offers all of the items that are very important that you would think they're needed, so you don't need to worry about that.
They bring your lunches. They also bring a ton of water so you can refill your water bottles.
Yeah, they have fruit, always too. If you like certain snacks, you want a Coca-Cola at lunch or something, you can bring that with you as well, but they have lunch. They have usually a fruit snack going on.
I would bring like a little loose shirt to cover yourself from the sun on the ride there or back. If you're coming during humpback whale season, that is typically our green season, so it's common to encounter some rains in the late afternoon.
Yeah.
You would definitely want to bring a rain jacket with you, and always take your beach towel or dry towel.
Yeah.
Here at the Hideaway, we provide beach and pool towels, so you can take those with you, just please don't lose them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. Sunglasses.
Sunglasses. There you go. I would say in general, diving is not physically demanding unless you're going to a specific spot and you're more of an advanced diver. As a new diver, they're going to take you to quite tranquil locations, especially when you're first learning about the mask and all the things. It's amazing because almost anybody can do it, I believe. If you are reasonably fit, and by fit I mean just somewhat active, then you'll be fine.
I think the funny thing with Coiba is sometimes you can encounter currents and that can feel intimidating, but actually the coolest thing about diving is you're kind of non-gravitational. You're like floating under the water. So I always think about it like a meditative like space. And so if you hit a current, you're either holding onto a rock for a second or you're just actually letting the current flow with you and you're breathing with it. I'm often singing Little Mermaid under the water. If I see sharks, I start singing Baby Shark, which actually gets super annoying after a little while.
I do the Jaws theme typically.
The Jaws theme or Super Mario Brothers,
Super Mario Underwater
yeah.
World.
Yeah. So really, I mean, can it be physically demanding? Can diving be hard? Sure, but if you can go down there and like just breathe into your regulator and put a tune in your head and relax with the currents, you're gonna have a great time. And you don't really need to be super physically strong to do it.
No. So why is Coiba unique? I believe it's because exactly where it sits between the Galapagos and the Cocos.
Yep.
And because of the jail that was here that kept humans away. So what's that? For 100 years.
Yeah.
Over 100 years, humans couldn't really interact in this area. So we have this incredible underwater marine reserve.
Yeah, totally. I feel like the list is endless. So for our first open water day, we saw whale sharks. We have seen mantas here.
Giant mantas.
Giant mantas. I have actually personally seen humpback whales under the water, which was epic. I absolutely love hammerhead shark season. I think last year I saw like 20 all at the same time. Also out at Contreras, I've seen I think you were with me this time. We saw the ray migration.
Yep.
There was like thousands of rays, which was magical. I mean, every time you're gonna see tons of white tip reef sharks.
Yep.
We've
Turtles.
seen bull sharks numerous times, which is kind of eerie.
But usually when we go, we're looking for the bull sharks. Right? So that's not
you actually
just a normal
go
current.
down and sit on the, they have you sit on the bottom of the area, and then the bull sharks start circling around. And then you're like, oh, you've been there too long, you gotta go. And then actually one time our dive master actually knew where there were seahorses. And so we went under the water to the dive site, snorkeled around, and actually wound up at this like little tiny yellow seahorse, which was epic.
We saw a giant moray eel.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating, it was 10 feet long with a head like this.
It was like its body.
I couldn't believe
that thick. Yeah. That was just
I
like
just
a couple
think
weeks ago.
the normal things is like the schools of fish. You will be in these huge tornadoes of fish.
And like Ryan will disappear into the fish, and then I come up and like you swim through them, and they part ways.
And they all go with you. And
it's almost like watching
it's pilot fish, giant pargo, giant snappers. So just everything.
Oh, and the frogfish we saw the other week attached to the, it was like sleeping on the
frogfish.
On like this thing in the
So
water. It was really cool.
Never ending. It's amazing of all the things. And orcas. People have seen orcas.
Oh yeah. I've seen a dolphin out of the corner of my eye, but it was fast. So that's still high on my bucket list.
She saw a dolphin out of the corner of her eye. It was fast.
But yeah, the magic under the water in Coiba is endless. The list just goes on and on and on.
Yes.
So I would say like over 90% of our guests are heading out to Coiba National Park at some point during their stay with us. So if you're not a scuba diver, there's also snorkeling out there. So between snorkeling and diving, Coiba National Park is just not something that you should miss.
It is actually the #2 tourist attraction in Panama after the Panama Canal. Hence why we get so many people out here coming to see it.
We have people returning just to come to Coiba National Park. I really think that those days are those like core memories that you make with your partner, with your family, with your kids. They're just unforgettable. They're something that you're gonna talk about for years and years to come. This day will be like something that you always remember.
And it's also, we didn't even mention though, the beaches are turquoise waters, stunning white sand, and nothing built. So there's no loud music, it's just nature. It's quite incredible.
Wild. Wild and free.
So if you've never dove before, it wasn't a big thing on my list, honestly, until we're here and I'm like, we're here, why don't I try it? It is one of my favorite things now to do in the world. I love surfing, I love snowboarding, but diving, I look forward to it every single time we go.
I would say I don't have any regrets in life except for getting my dive license at 37 years old. I wish I got it when I was younger.
Especially the places we've seen in the world. I would have loved to dive there, and now we will.
And I'm so excited for my kids to get their dive licenses while they're young. And so now we can travel all over the world with them and dive. But man, Coiba is definitely a bucket list dive place. And if you can try to time it with one of our seasons, like I mentioned, whale sharks, hammerhead shark season, the humpback whales.
And you can message us always, and we can answer your questions and help you guide that trip.
We've got a lot of information on our website as well, catalinashideaway.com. And we're just here to answer any of your questions and make sure that you also have these unforgettable core memories made on your vacation with us.
Yes.